take a look at the carbon cycle. Not this kind of carbon cycle. I'm talking about the carbon cycle that we find in the natural world. The cycle in between the inorganic form of carbon, as in carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, to the organic form that we find in all living organisms. So I'm about to explain to you what this diagram you're looking at is showing. Carbon is really important for living organisms. It makes glucose, which also goes on to make other carbohydrates. It's involved in fats. So without fats, we wouldn't have cell membranes, we wouldn't have insulation to keep us warm. It's involved in proteins. So without the protein, we wouldn't have hemoglobin to carry oxygen, antibodies, or hormones. It's involved in genetic materials such as DNA, so we wouldn't be able to reproduce. So carbon dioxide is the start of the carbon cycle for our purposes. And without this carbon dioxide, we wouldn't be able to make the organic molecules. So it begins with a process of photosynthesis, where the plants are able to take in carbon dioxide and can convert them to organic molecules, such as glucose, the fats, the DNA, proteins. And with that, plants are able to grow, increase their biomass. Now, as with all living things, plants will respire. And when they respire, they are going to produce carbon dioxide as a waste product. That carbon dioxide is then released back into the atmosphere from whence it came from. Animals will consume those plants. This is how they're going to get carbon in its organic form, by consumption. The animals, of course, respire, and when they respire, carbon dioxide is released back into the atmosphere, so returning it back to the start of the cycle. Animals also poop. They poo a lot, and that poo contains a lot of carbon. So how is that carbon extracted and back into the cycle again? All living organisms die as well, plants and animals, and again, that's carbon locked up. So what happens to the poop in all living organisms is that when they're dead, they will decay. And that decay process is going to release carbon back into the atmosphere. It does this because the bacteria that cause the decomposition of poo and living organisms are also respiring. And when they respire, they release carbon dioxide back into the atmosphere. So the carbon has come full cycle. However, not all living organisms will decay. When they die, some of them become fossils. As a result of dying in the right place, sediment builds up over them, and slowly over time they fossilize. Now sometimes some of these fossils are going to form fossil fuels, such as oil, such as coal, which we are able to extract from the ground. Those fossil fuels contain a lot of carbon, and if we combust those fossil fuels, we'll release carbon dioxide back into the atmosphere. And this is one of the things that is leading to the idea about climate change. So study the carbon cycle picture again, and hopefully by now you can follow the processes that take place.